All right, easy question for you. You wanted one. How'd you get the nickname Prime?
Oh man, that's well, it really just came from playing football. Like back in my high school, we just like our team colors was white, red, blue, and so like looking from the sideline, whenever the game started, we'll try to size each other up, and they'll go down the line, they'll see I'm the biggest dude on the field, coming off the field, and stuff like that. So like it just kind of stuck. Like teammates, other team, the announcer called me Prime whenever I made the tackle, so it just stuck. So.
Ben?
You feel like you've gotten used to Coach Garner's coaching and being able to receive the message and not necessarily recognize the tone that he's saying it with?
Coach Garner is he's a really he's a cool dude, and he's a real like forward speaking person, like whenever he says anything, like instructions or any corrections or mistakes that I made, like he is really direct, blunt about it, but still like he gets the point across. And like for me, I feel like that I've adjusted to his his lessons or his direction. So yeah.
Wes?
Prime, can you talk about the I guess the ability that you have every day to play football with your brother? I know that that's something that a lot of people would love to do, and y'all are about the same age, and you were able to do it. How important was that to both of you during the sort of recruiting process?
Yeah, I'd say that we definitely like kind of feed energy off of each other. My first year, it was kind of rough. It was it was a real steep learning curve. But once he hopped on, we just we roomed together and everything too. So it's just basically back at home. We playing football throughout the week and stuff like that. So it's really good.
Wes with a follow-up.
I guess when you look at your career, your production for the past few years, what's been the thing that you're trying to add to your game now to take it to another level? I'm sure it's not just one thing, but what are the couple of things that you've been working on to kind of take the next step?
I feel like I've been really solid and stout and my run game, but I really want to focus more on stopping the pass rush. So basically stopping the pass, getting more into the pocket, getting more knockback, and making sure that whenever there's times situations where draw screens that I'm able to read it properly, and attention to detail. So being able to diagnose the offensive play and stuff like that. So yeah.
Vince, then Eric.
Kurott, can you recall your first start in a Tennessee uniform after being in the program and fighting your way up for a while? Can you recall on that and what was running through your mind?
First, you mean first game?
Your
start?
first start. First time
start?
you got a chance to start for Tennessee.
I'd say basically getting your cherry pop. Ain't no other way to say it. Just especially playing D line, it's nothing but trench warfare. Out there and with the crowd, buzzing in your head. You trying to line up, stay focused, get the call. It's like fireworks. In your face all the time. But you gotta really just keep your poise, try to stay focused, and have that certain focus or that attention to detail and that intensity just to execute. So
Was
that
there-
was really.
Was there a
I
feeling?
describe it, yeah.
Was there a feeling of accomplishment? It's been a long time coming. I didn't know if I would get there, any of that kind of stuff?
It's really just the start of a new chapter, playing in the SEC. When I first stepped on the field as a starter, it's just the beginning of a new, chapter of my book.
Eric in the back.
As an older guy, seeing the journey and the process that a guy like Bryce Nevis has taken to kind of get where he is now, what have you seen from him in terms of him getting better and putting himself in a position to play?
Well, I feel like, with a lot of us, D-line, we need to focus more on just, attention to detail, as every, player on the football team. But I feel like, with us, just that, responding to, the calls and stuff like that, communicating with our fellow D linemen so we can get set up quicker. Everything just has to be like, coming in with the play, processing the play, and it's attaining, what was told, what was taught, and, just getting down and getting set, trying to be as efficient as possible.
Any other questions? Jimmy? Get a mic.
What's it like playing defense when you kind of know the offense isn't going to have any long 10-minute drives? You got to be ready to go back on the field in a hurry, don't you?
Yeah, like I said, it's a dogfight, through and through, like nowadays, a lot of offenses they have such a high tempo that we're trying to focus on trying to combat that. So it's tough. You got to go on the side. You got to come off from the field to the sideline. Try to get your water, recover. Try to listen to the corrections and to the call and stuff like that from the players, make adjustments, and then by the time offense is over and done with, we're back on the field like that. So it's pretty quick, but it gets rolling. You fall into a routine, a rhythm, so it gets easier.
How much of a team impact do you feel and see from Hendon Hooker this year as compared to last year?
I feel like that, if we're all as a team, we're all a chain, and we're all linked together. He's the strongest part. He's basically the rock of the whole entire team. The center of attention. But at the same time, an outstanding leader. He has a voice, and he has a presence that demands us to have that rate to raise ourselves to that level of what the standard should be for Tennessee.
We'll finish with Wes.
Prime, how important is it for y'all, and how much, I don't know if pressure is the right word, but how much sort of intensity are y'all putting on yourself to get to the quarterback with 4 guys, without needing to blitz all the time?
Well, Coach Garner really stresses that, penetration, all the time, whenever we're just running, stunts and stuff, that's really on our minds, trying to get that penetration along with knockback, pushing, pressing the pocket as much as we can, just to stress that quarterback out.
Thank you, Prime.